Former WWE star Enzo Amore has once again made headlines, this time for his sharp remarks directed at second-generation professional wrestlers. In a recent appearance on Busted Open Radio, Amore attacked the so-called legacy stars, claiming they have it too easy and lack the connection to the everyday fan that he says helped him rise. In the interview, Amore argued that much of wrestling today is populated by individuals born into the business, rather than those who had to fight for their way in, for example. Referring to his mentor, Dusty Rhodes, Amore emphasized Rhodes's working-class roots, son of a plumber, and contrasted them with what he called legacy wrestling, stars born into the business. He claimed that second-generation stars are disconnected from the fanbase in the cheap seats people in Madison Square Garden, sitting in the last row, because they grew up behind the scenes, rather than in the trenches like he did. Amore also referenced backstage moments, such as the infamous curtain call incident involving Kevin Nash and others, to argue that the business has shifted from what he believes made it authentic. He suggests that second-generation wrestlers weren't living the same fight. Amore's comments must be seen in the context of his career in the wrestling business landscape. After his exit from WWE following serious allegations in 2018, Amore has worked the independent circuit and maintained a somewhat controversial public profile. The notion of second-generation wrestlers is not new in pro wrestling. Many stars are children or relatives of past performers, which tends to grant them early access, exposure, and industry connections. Amore is positioning himself as the underdog, who had none of that advantage, and in doing so, he is challenging the culture of wrestling families and legacy talent. While the story is still unfolding, here's how the wrestling world might respond. Some fans and wrestlers may applaud Amore for voicing what they perceive as a shift in how newcomers gain opportunities, from merit and grind to lineage and connections. Others will argue that legacy performers bring value, built-in storytelling, generational appeal, and an inherited audience. For promotions, Amore's comments could stir backstage tension if legacy talent feel targeted or devalued. This could affect booking decisions, promo segments, or future matches involving him. From Amore's standpoint, the remarks serve to elevate his persona, positioning him as the one who earned it, rather than someone born into the business. This episode touches on broader themes in pro wrestling: access versus merit. Who gets opportunities, those who are born into wrestling or those who fight their way in? Fan connection. Wrestling thrives on relatability. Amore's claim is that real-life struggle resonates more with fans than backstage privilege. Industry evolution. As wrestling promotions globalize and multiple generations overlap, the balance between legacy and fresh talent is shifting. Will any of the second-generation wrestlers respond publicly to Amore's comments? A counter-promo or backstage scene might emerge in a major show. How will Amore's remarks affect his own trajectory? Will it lead to a feud built around this narrative, legacy versus outsider? Will promotions leverage this storyline? Wrestling often utilizes real-life tension to build compelling narratives. This could become part of a program if one side chooses to engage. Watch for social media fallout. Remarks like these frequently spark threads on forums, podcasts, and YouTube channels discussing wrestling culture and generational talent. Enzo Amore's latest salvo is more than just locker room talk, it's a commentary on the state of modern professional wrestling. By calling out second-generation talent, he's injecting a storyline of outsider versus insider, fighting against the establishment rather than being born into it. Whether it sparks serious industry change, a personal feud, or simply a viral moment will depend on who responds, and how the promotions play it.